watching this because this is some really cool cars. This gentleman was here with us at Sonoma this year, the Mission Foods Sonoma Speed Tour. I guess he likes the Mission Foods. I guess he likes the chips. Comes to the events with the chips. But that is Rich, how would you say that, Marziali?
Yep, that's pretty good.
In an AMG GT3, silver and red.
It's a beautiful car.
Mark Sandridge is not here, unfortunately. But that's Wyatt Dallenbach in that beautiful black Chevrolet Camaro. Wyatt new with us with John Cloud and his whole racing team. I'm not sure.
No
I should
relation?
know this. I think he is. Oh, sure. Because Wally's racing also with John Cloud.
Yeah, that
is
makes
he the
sense.
son? I think Jesse's given us the thumbs up that Wyatt is the son of Wally.
Well,
and this should be pretty fun. Chicken Express.
He's got the tastiest chicken in the South.
Well, Wyatt, I'm from the Show Me state of Missouri, so you're going to have to bring us some of that chicken before we can actually say that, because that sounds delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't you have a Walk of Fame there in St. Louis?
I do, yeah.
So what is it? Is it concrete or?
It's like
is it a statue of you?
No, it's just a star with my name on it.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
don't have
neat.
one of those.
You should here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, you think?
Look at that beautiful view. That was Wyatt Dallenbach in a Chevrolet Camaro. I believe his first time in TA2, but already up to third. So obviously it runs in the system, in the blood of the Dallenbachs.
Well, when I got to know the Dallenbachs, I hadn't realized that Mrs. Dallenbach was a racing driver herself.
Really?
She puts them all to shame.
Speaking of, I just watched Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby last night, and Wally Dallenbach's all over that movie.
He does the commentary.
He's us in that movie.
I know, yeah. Well, that I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't put us in the same phrase as Wally Dallenbach's commentary. That's high praise. No, I don't think so.
Now that should be Alan Cohen there.
Yep.
In the so we're missing some Porsche GT3 of Scott Blend and Tadath.
Well, Blend has just been out, so that might be why.
Yeah, and then I heard that Joey De Silva in that white Supra that cameoed in our Group 6-12 race earlier isn't going to make the grid today.
Big field. Big field.
Yeah, it is. We've got 33 cars.
Now, Scott Borchetta is down in the number 22, but obviously Scott not taking part. We wish him well. Hopefully he gets back up and running. But again, just look at that marvelous machine. That Mercedes is just, especially in those colors.
Yeah, truly a silver arrow.
Yeah, no kidding. So through the Customers Bank and Mission Foods gate they go. Liz with her final split. Oh, they're not listening. Oh, yes, they are.
Now that looks like, is that a Ron Fellows Camaro back there?
Could be. Looking at the 45 coming out. That's Alan Cohen. We just mentioned him in that Ford Mustang, the red, white, and blue. There's the Rusty Wallace car.
Our producer, Jesse, just said that all three of Wally's kids are involved in racing.
Ah, there you go. Well, what about Mike? He's involved.
Yeah, that's his cousin, I believe.
Yes, it is. He's here. Bit of truck racing.
Corey Cochran in that Chevrolet Silverado.
You know, I was talking to Brent Cruz, our phenom in Trans Am, and the hope is he's going to go a bit of ARCA and a bit of truck racing. Can you imagine? I'm actually going to tune in to truck racing now, just to watch that kid.
He won handedly in I think his first ARCA appearance this season.
Yeah.
And just like you said, a phenom. And I kind of equate it because I come from music, of like you can be the greatest guitar player, and then all of a sudden Jimi Hendrix comes out, and there's just a whole new realm. And we're seeing that this year twice with Connor Zilisch and Brent Cruz.
Well, to be honest, Verstappen, I thought when I saw Senna, when I first started out in motor racing, I got to cover Senna, and I thought that I'd got the Willy Wonka ticket. Then Schumacher comes along and breaks all the records, and now Verstappen and Hamilton are breaking all those records. Okay. So not as big a field as...
Yeah, we've had a lot of the international GT cars drop out.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we can't really go through the grid, until we see them cross the line here.
Look at these great old name sponsors like Furniture Row. You've got Miller Draft on the front of that Rusty Wallace car.
Uh-oh, where's Walt Brown?
Yeah, he's a perennial member of our
car's here.
fraternity, isn't he?
The Pink Panther car, where is it?
Not there. That's a shame. Jeff Rocco in that Pontiac Grand Prix.
There he is. There's Walt Brown.
There he is, yeah.
See, you got me all concerned.
There we are. The Pink Panther. With the Pont sponsorship. Can't miss that, can you?
No. And personally, I just like that. I like when people have their cars really stand out, you know, followed by that Lamborghini that definitely stands out.
Yeah, that stands out. Well, it's like Tommy Dreesy when he's promoting a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a very distinctive car, that, isn't it? You wouldn't guess that it'd be anything else. If Lamborghini have achieved one thing, it's to put themselves apart from the other Italian sports cars.
Yes.
So here we go as the sun goes down and the safety car comes off. We've got a lot of power coming at you, and cars from, well, all the way back to the early 80s and all the way up to, 2020. We've got a GT4 CS Porsche. That's about the most modern car. No, we've got 21. That AMG, that GT3 Mercedes is actually a 2021 that Danny Lowry is pedaling. Here we go then. Lights on the Mercedes.
Uh-oh.
And, well, Furniture Row is going to the front row if he's not careful, because I think he got a bit of a jump start there through the big bump at the top or the middle of the corner there. But the 73 gets a great start ahead of the two. The truck's in the middle of it all. So too the Lamborghini, and away they go then. And it is Richie Marzial who leads the way in that Mercedes AMG. Now, the 78 that I said maybe have jumped, it was Alan Savagian. We'll see if they clock him for that, but I don't see why. It's a fair enough start, but already Marzial pulling away as he heads through 10. Only making a little bit of an excursion there, but he's already dropped them right back in the Blancpain number 56. Beautifully prepared too. That is absolutely gorgeous.
It's got Lincoln Park livery on there. He was also with us at Indy because I had to get him a transponder, and I was asking him about that Lincoln Park, and Lincoln Park, the band, did sponsor the car back in the series.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's one of my son's favorite
I
bands.
was going to say, I wouldn't have associated them with motor racing at all, but there you go. You never know. I wouldn't have associated Pitbull before.
Yeah.
He came along with NASCAR.
And there's Wyatt Dallenbach. Really impressive. You know, I think this is his first time in a TA2 car, and here he is running second.
Yeah, it's in the veins, as you say. Wally here.
Smooth corner, too. No, Wyatt.
Yeah, but Wally's also.
Oh, yeah, Wally's running in Trans Am, yeah.
Yeah, he's racing in the Masters. I think he's going to win the Masters overall, actually. He's only done a few races, but there's not anybody who's competed against him enough that can take points off him, so power to him. So Ben Bowles in 7th place, Corey Cochran in 8th. Parker DeLong, we know that name, a youngster coming through in Trans Am. He's in the Corvette in 9th position. Mark Mercurio just behind him in 10th. Walt Brown, the man we mentioned, he's in 11th at the moment in the Pink Panther car. That Chevrolet Camaro. The field's spreading out dramatically, though. But we've got some good little pocket battles. Here's a three-way battle.
This. Alan Savagian in that Furniture Row. You can see that the car was probably set up for an oval.
Yeah, totally. Look, it looks offset, doesn't it? Yeah.
It looks like it's not. It shouldn't be going straight.
Well, it is now. And right behind the 45 of Alan Cohen. With that Patriot Missile sponsorship on the side. And then the Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace car. Bigger the field than I thought. Some 20 cars out there.
I love the looks of that. I know we say this every time, but that is my era of NASCAR.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When the cars look like the cars they're supposed to look like.
Well, they are kind of now. The new gens,
Yeah, at least the front and the rear resemble the Mustang and Camaro and Supra, but then
don't talk about
sides
Supras.
of it.
We've had one already. not a school bus.
And then the Lamborghini. Look at the wing on that thing.
It is a beautiful modern Lamborghini for sure. Just trying to look at what year that is. That's 76.
I can't find him on my list.
Hang on 1 second, I'll tell you.
Bruce Ledoux. Ledous. Curio. He's raced with us quite a bit this year. That's a beautiful car. Really well prepared. Mark Mercurio and a Howe Camaro. Coming around the Mission Foods complex. Ben Bowles, TA2 Camaro, and then there's the 46.
Walt Brown moving up to 11th now.
Michael Zock and that Sunoco Camaro. Yeah, Walt Brown. One of my favorite drivers in vintage racing. He is just, and Jesse agrees, just such a nice guy. I believe he's in the Scottsdale, Arizona area. Usually comes out west. Usually does about 2, 3, 4 events with us a year. But just one of those people that you're just so happy to see in the paddock.
Yeah.
He usually runs with Arrow Lane and Chris Hines.
Well, Dollingback is having a good outing, but he's some 14 seconds down on Martial, the pole man, already. Savagian is in third, but it's a big spread out. The real battle is Cohen, Rocco, and Ledoux in the 76.
Parker Long there in that red Corvette doing really well. Battling it out there with Walt Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw Parker at our drivers meeting, and it kind of threw me aback in the SVRA drivers meeting because I know him to be in the Trans Am drivers meeting.
That's right, yeah, and he's still making his way, learning his way through. He's just starting out, really.
Now you can really see the sun is going down as it glistens off of the cars. This looks like we're shooting a movie right now in the golden hour.
Yeah, it's almost 2 past the golden hour at the back of the circuit. But when you get down here, look, you see that last glint there off the top of 10. And then it gets cold real quick here. There's that house I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah. The Alamo. That's amazing.
Yeah, and he gets his cars all parked out there and he charges them $5 or whatever it is. I don't think you get many cocktails there. But... in comes the Mustang then, the 63.
Man, that's a good
currently in
car.
12th. Yep. They had problems. I was actually at the pre-grid yesterday when they were going out for their first practice and they couldn't get it started. They had to roll it back and come back again. Finally, they got it going again. So I'm glad to see him out there, to be fair.
Kevin Rich.
Yep. I'll tell you what, as a Brit, truck racing just does our head in. I drive a truck and they're so tail happy that I'm always curious as to what weight they have to put in these cars.
Well, we do this kind of truck racing, but you guys race lorries.
Oh, well.
You race semi-trucks.
My co-commentator was a world champion lorry racer.
Really?
Yeah, he used to drive for Mercedes, the factory works team, against DAF and all the other big haulers, big haulers. Did you do the same in New Zealand?
Look at how low the driver's sitting. I mean, he's got 6 to 8 inches before his head reaches the top of that.
But surprisingly stable. When balanced, those trucks really, really shift. I wonder if that's the handle.
Yeah.
The handle gearbox.
A honk up here.
Yeah.
Well, some great shots here. There's Austin there in the background.
Yeah, and remember, this is day 2. We've got 3 days at this big finale here this weekend. The Pat, if you are in the Austin area and you're tuning in, come down, come and join us. I've got a friend of mine coming tomorrow, and he said, "Where do I sit? Where do I stand?" I said, "Come down, come into the paddock, come and have a look at the cars."
Yeah.
He's a big car freak, and he's going to love it.
Go wherever you want.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Talk to the drivers, talk to the mechanics, and sniff around the cars, and find out what you want to find out. There's Anderson going through shot there.
And Paul Ruth was in that Pontiac ASA stock car. The white Pontiac there. Did you notice the debris, or you call it debris, in the front straight?
Debris. No, right in the middle of the front straight, yeah. Which I thought as soon as I saw it, well, somebody can nip out and get that quick.
Yep.
because there's 3 or 4 gates down the front straight. But it looked quite, quite impressive. It looked like a lot of gear. I don't know what it was. I'm hoping it was tape.
Yeah.
But we'll see. If it's gone this time round, we'll be all right. Martial, Dallenbach, and Savajian, big names. Edward Savajian, we know well.
Yeah, that's his dad, Alan.
Yeah.
Alan Davison is out there in his Pontiac Trans Am Firebird, the Mark Martin IROC car. Really neat car. And then here comes our leader.
Yeah, he's catching up with cars that are slower than him, and he's on his final lap. As you can see, that's why he's got the lights and the headlights blazing, not because he's literally warning that he is the leader and that's how fast he's going. But look at the difference in speed, and he's having a great time out there, racing against himself pretty much, against the clock. And we've got one of those AMGs in the Trans Am race tomorrow, so look out for that. We've got a huge GT field and XGT this weekend, so really pleased to see the entry list for both XGT, SGT, and GT this year, or this weekend.
Look at how controlled he looks at the end of this race. That car just looks like it was manufactured for here. The Lincoln Park livery there on the side. There's Alan Davison ahead of him there in the Mark Martin car. Look at how the colors have changed with the sun going down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see something like that on the Nordschleife, putting it through its paces. Yeah, there's a local driver, Will Hardeman, who drives one of those too, learning his way, and Andy Suchek from the track for the motorsport, head of motorsport here at COTA, helping him out and giving him some pointers. Andy, a well-experienced WEC and international sports car driver, now part of the COTA scene. Final lap here of the final race of the day here for the second day of the SVRA and Speed Tour weekend. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks to Mission Foods and all our sponsors for bringing the action here. Martial is going to run away with this by almost 30 seconds, and he does so. Takes the checkered flag in that Mercedes ahead of Wyatt Dallenbach, who will take second place, but he's got a while yet. He's still coming out of the stadium.
In the end, it doesn't really matter.
Nope.
That's Lincoln Park lyrics.
Oh, wow, look at you.
There it is. See, look at that. And Rob gets it right in shot. Good job.
Of course.
We've had some great camera operators here this weekend, so thank you, everybody. And I got to give my props to that drone. Those side shots with the sunset.
Oh, beautiful.
I was telling them in the hotel last night, just beautiful shots. Look at that, right on cue.
Cue, look at that. The karting, the tower, that's not easy, especially when you're about half a mile from an airport.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful shots. Well, my thanks to Ben Sissel and our entire commentary team that have joined me throughout the day. That's F4 drivers, FR drivers, and a few guests here and there. Thank you. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, and we'll have more Group 2 action. Can't want to miss that as the Brabhams go head-to-head once again with Kesemets. We'll also have TA, the final hurrah of 2023 for both the TA and the TA2 Championship. Trans Am at its finest. Bumper record fields yet again. My thanks to Ben Sissel. I'm Jonathan Green, and from Greenlight and the rest of the crew here that have put this action on for you. I hope you've enjoyed it, and join us tomorrow when we do it all again here at the Speed Tour from COTA. Good night.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Haggerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, all for less than a set of race tires. Haggerty, let's drive together.
Taking on the challenge, moving ahead. It's about going further, faster. At Customers Bank, we know that great things happen when you combine the best of technology with a deeply human touch. So we offer a wide range of personal, small business, and commercial banking solutions with outstanding personal service, giving you the edge you need to take on tomorrow.